David Keith Lynch was born in Missoula, Montana, on January 20th, 1946. His father, Donald Walton Lynch, 1915 to 2007, was a research scientist working for the U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, and his mother, Edwina Sonny Lynch, née Sundholm, 1919 to 2004, was an English-language tutor. Two of Lynch's maternal great-grandparents were Finnish-Swedish immigrants who arrived in the U.S. during the 19th century. He was raised as a Presbyterian. The Lynches often moved around according to where the USDA assigned Donald. Lynch moved with his parents to Sandpoint, Idaho, when he was 2 months old. 2 years later, after his brother John was born, the family moved to Spokane, Washington. Lynch's sister Martha was born there. The family then moved to Durham, North Carolina, Boise, Idaho, and Alexandria, Virginia. Lynch adjusted to this transitory early life with relative ease, noting that he usually had no issue making new friends whenever he started attending a new school. Back in the United States, Lynch returned to Virginia. Because his parents had moved to Walnut Creek, California, he stayed with his friend Toby Keeler for a while. He decided to move to Philadelphia and enroll at the Pennsylvania Academy of the Fine Arts, after advice from Fisk, who was already enrolled there. He preferred this college to his previous school in Boston, saying, "In Philadelphia there were great and serious painters, and everybody was inspiring one another, and it was a beautiful time there." It was here that he began a relationship with a fellow student, Peggy Reevy, whom he married in 1967. The following year, Peggy gave birth to their daughter Jennifer. Peggy later said, "Definitely was a reluctant father, but a very loving one. Hey, I was pregnant when we got married. We were both reluctant." As a family, they moved to Philadelphia's Fairmount neighborhood, where they bought a 12-room house for the relatively low price of $3,500, equivalent to $32,000 in 2023, due to the area's high crime and poverty rates. In August 2024, Lynch made public that he had been diagnosed with emphysema, which he attributed to his years of smoking, and could no longer leave his house, meaning that he would only be able to direct remotely. He said a project for Netflix, with working titles Wisteria and Unrecorded Night, had fallen through, but that he would like to see his unproduced projects Antelope Don't Run No More and Snoot World realized. Lynch said that month that he was working on existing projects as much as he could, and that he was in good health except for emphysema, and had no plans to retire. On January 16, 2025, Lynch's Facebook page stated that Lynch had died 5 days before his 79th birthday. Lynch has received multiple awards and nominations, including 3 Academy Award nominations for Best Director and 1 for Best Adapted Screenplay. He has twice won France's César Award for Best Foreign Film, as well as the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival and a Golden Lion Award for Lifetime Achievement at the Venice Film Festival. The French government has awarded him the Legion of Honor, the country's top civilian distinction, honoring him first as a Chevalier in 2002 and then as an officier in 2009. Lynch has also been awarded the key to the city of Bydgoszcz, Poland. In 2017, the McDowell Colony awarded Lynch the Edward McDowell Medal for outstanding contributions to American culture. Lynch had several long-term relationships. In January 1968, he married Peggy Reevy, with whom he had 1 child, Jennifer Lynch, born in 1968, who is a film director. They filed for divorce in 1974. In June 1977, Lynch married Mary Fisk, and the couple had 1 child, Austin Jack Lynch, born in 1982. They separated in 1985 and divorced in 1987. Lynch developed a relationship with actress Isabella Rossellini, with whom he lived between 1986 and 1991. In 1992, he and his editor Mary Sweeney had a son, Riley Sweeney Lynch. Sweeney also worked as Lynch's producer and co-wrote and produced The Straight Story. The two married in May 2006, but filed for divorce that June. In 2009, Lynch married actress Emily Stoffel, who appeared in his 2006 film Inland Empire as well as the 2017 revival of Twin Peaks. The couple had 1 child, Lula Virginia Lynch, born in 2012. Stoffel filed for divorce in 2023. A divorce settlement agreement was reached on December 20, 2024, but a final divorce decree had not been issued by the court at the time of his death. In an August 2024 interview with Sight and Sound, Lynch said he was suffering from emphysema due to years of smoking and had become housebound due to health risks. He said this would likely preclude any further directorial projects. In November 2024, Lynch told People that he had stopped smoking in 2022, 2 years after his emphysema diagnosis in 2020, and that he had started smoking when he was 8. He said he was reliant on supplemental oxygen for most daily activities. "I can hardly walk across a room," he said. In January 2025, Lynch was evacuated from his home due to the Southern California wildfires. Deadline Hollywood reported that these events preceded a terminal decline in his health. Lynch died at his daughter's home on January 15, 5 days short of his 79th birthday, with his family informing TMZ the following day. Steven Spielberg, who cast Lynch as John Ford in The Fabelmans, wrote upon his death, "Here was one of my heroes, David Lynch playing one of my heroes. The world is going to miss such an original and unique voice. His films have already stood the test of time, and they always will." Martin Scorsese wrote a statement which read in part, "He put images on the screen unlike anything that I or anybody else had ever seen. He made everything strange, uncanny, revelatory, and new." Lynch collaborators such as Kyle MacLachlan, Naomi Watts, and Nicolas Cage also wrote lengthy statements honoring Lynch. Others who paid tribute to Lynch include Mel Brooks, Francis Ford Coppola, Ron Howard, Ben Stiller, James Gunn, Judd Apatow, Pedro Pascal, Questlove, and Patton Oswalt. Critic Peter Bradshaw of The Guardian eulogized Lynch as the great American surrealist.